What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Cutting Up with Uncle Mel. I'm in the studio tonight with me and my producer, Jordan.
How you guys doing?
And we're going to drop a couple of topics on y'all, a couple of things that's been on my mind. So let's get into it.
Cut up Uncle Mel.
Hey.
Cut up Uncle Mel. 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 How you cutting now?
How you cutting now? How you cutting now?
How you cutting now? How you cutting now? How you cutting now? How you cutting now? How you cutting now?
What's going on, y'all? I've been spending a lot of time on social media since I've been, doing my thing on my way to becoming a content creator. And I spent
a long road.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on YouTube, Instagram, not so much time on Twitter, not so much time on Facebook. But Instagram pretty much is like my news channel. It gives me an idea of what's going on in the world, the way the world is moving, what's important to different groups of people, and the latest news. So, but I pay attention to women more than anything else. I just always been like that, even in my personal life. I pay attention to women, and I've noticed that there are a lot of self-proclaimed bad bitches out here. And it makes me wonder, what is a bad bitch? So I'm wondering if it's a look that a bad bitch has. Is it a certain salary a bad bitch make? Are they self-employed? Are they college educated? Are they great mothers, wives, daughters, aunts, nieces, cousins? What is a bad bitch? And why would any woman want to be that? So I really think just based on what men say, when men say I want a bad bitch, you'll see it's just a chick with a nice body, like a Amber Rose type, Bernice Bourgeois, something like that. But do men really want a bad bitch, or do we just want a woman that looks good? I mean, because who really wants a woman that considers herself to be a bitch in any sort of way? Bad bitch, good bitch, don't matter. I don't really want a bitch. And I've never been with a bitch. I don't even like to make a habit out of calling women bitch. Nah, if I'm by myself or with my boys, I might be like, man, that bitch bad as a motherfucker. I might say something like that, But should a woman want to be a bitch? That's a question that I have. Now, I know as black people in particular, we like to take negatives and turn them into positives. We went from being niggers to saying nigga to saying that's my nigga. That's a good nigga. That's a real nigga. That's a street nigga. That's a hood nigga. And so women, got tired of being called bitches. I understand that. Even Queen Latifah had a song back in the day saying, you're not a bitch, you're a hoe. And I don't even think that's better. But, these bad bitches, they want too much. The ones that want a man, they want too much. They think too highly of themselves. And if you call yourself a bitch, to me, you're degrading yourself. So you're not as good of a person in general as you may think you are. And I just think bad bitches need to know that. I mean, I have a beautiful wife. She's gorgeous. She truly is, a young Dominican girl. And dudes will say, man, you got you a bad bitch, but she's humble. She don't look at herself like that. And I think that's the thing that bad bitches really are missing, is that, Kendrick Lamar, he told you, he said, bitch, be humble. I think he was talking to the bad bitches, just telling y'all to be humble. And y'all don't seem to understand that. But if that makes you feel better about yourself, if you get your self-esteem up, if that's what it takes, then okay. I can't tell you what to do to make yourself feel better about life in general, about who you are. Or maybe you had some things in your past to where you had low self-esteem and, you got your body done and stuff like that. And that's another thing. Y'all girls who getting y'all bodies done, then going to the gym acting like y'all really earned that body, we can see that your navel is stretched out. I ain't never seen belly buttons being vertical ovals. I've never seen that before. It's normally shaped just like a penny. Either you're an innie or Audi, and I'm on the gram all the time, and I ain't seen an Audi in a long time. I remember growing up in the 80s and 90s, every now and again you'll see a baby. People, oh man, your boy just had a baby. You see the baby got like that little dick coming out their stomach. I ain't seen that in a long time. So a lot of y'all getting y'all stomach done. What happened to the Audis?
You're wild.
What happened to the Audis? I ain't seen the Audi. I ain't seen chicken pox in a minute, and they must have took the Audis with them. When the last time you seen an Audi, Jordan?
It's been a minute.
You be at pool parties all the time. When the last time you seen an Audi?
I was at a pool party yesterday, and I think I saw a few people with Audis.
You saw an Audi yesterday?
I think.
I ain't talking about the car, A-U-D-I. I'm talking about O-U-T.
I think they are a little, in my personal opinion, I think they are a little bit weird looking. I've never looked up the medical reason why some people have innies and some people have Audis. Apparently, it's like a way you cut the
it's the way you cut the cord. I ain't seen Audis in a minute.
Let me ask you this, though. I want to go back to something you said. Because you said women that, they consider themselves a bad bee, right?
Yep.
Right. And in your opinion, you associate that with something negative.
Yeah.
But then you brought up another interesting point. You said that, okay, well, the way black people use the N-word,
Yeah. We try to take negative, turn them into positives.
Negative into positive.
Just like a test.
So what in your opinion, you say that that's a negative connotation. Well, why can't women take the B word and flip it into something positive? Look at Amber Rose, who people called her a slut. And then what did she do? Well, I'm a vegan slut. I do a slut walk. Look at my clothing line. We're sluts. Why can't a woman be a bad bee and it be a positive connotation? Or do you think that's not the right way to go because you think that'll instill some type of, they look at their way some certain type of way, and that's going to make men look at them a certain type? Is that where you're kind of getting at?
I think men gonna look at them a certain type of way, and every grown person got a right to live their life the way they want to, call themselves what they want to. But my thing is, don't lead children in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? Because your daughter might be like, I want to be a bad bitch too, mama. But see, your daughter look how you look when you was born.
Right.
Your daughter look like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you done got some work done, stuff like that, and your daughter want to look like that, but your daughter got the genetics that you inherited. And what you gonna do? Go get her body done at 6, 7 years old? Because, my little boys, they want to be like me. I see it already.
But isn't it kind of weird that is our culture now, though? Like, look at like, Kylie Jenner, who barely turned 18 and got a boob job and got her butt done.
Man, that girl went from white to Venezuelan. She went from being like half a part. Is she Armenian or no? That's
no. Just the Kardashians are because Kate.
But see, I'm gonna give Kylie a pass, bro. Like she lived in a house with a lot of bad bitches, bro.
See, but wait a minute,
that's that fucking pressure. They ain't black, fuck them.
But you just used the term.
Yeah, but they're not black. They ain't black. I'm not Armenian. I'm focusing on my people tonight.
Right.
I'm focusing on mine tonight. They got some, but them bad bitches ruin niggas. They ruin them.
How so?
Every nigga they got, they don't ruin them. Reggie Bush ain't been shit. Huh? Kanye went crazy. Lamar Odom got on drugs. I just saw somebody he's boxing somebody. Trap.
Oh yeah, he fought. Someone told me this. Lamar Odom fought Aaron Carter.
Bro,
have you seen Aaron Carter recently?
I seen him on that fight.
Have you saw the tattoo on his face?
Pull it up, see if you could display it. But
we kind of live in a wild world, man.
The women that are brought up in that household, they fucking ruin people.
This is Aaron Carter now. This is Aaron Carter now. He has like a tattoo on his face. Haven't seen him since then?
I mean, but how do you punch somebody in the face that has love right under their eye? How you punch them in the eye? It says love. You can't fight love.
I don't know, man. I loved Aaron Carter. Remember he beat Shaq? Remember?
Bro. I really don't get it. But that's how I would,
Right.
This girl, I can understand why she would get some work done.
Right.
I mean, that's pressure in that house, man. That's like the Brady Bunch and motherfuckers was like Marsha get all the attention. So you got Kim in the house, because Kim should have had moved her ass out, and it would have been less pressure on Kylie. But this your sister, everybody beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame her.
Right.
But them people on some other shit.
Right.
That's not a normal family.
Yeah. And we're talking about black women anyway. We're right. Yeah. Let's get back to black women.
Well, You could talk about black women and still talk about Kim because Kim don't usually mess with just black men. She take black men because black women like to say, well, black men go outside the race and the women on the other side ain't better. Okay, maybe not, but Then another thing, the negative about black women is how they act in public. Like I was at Walmart today. I had to go get me something to sip on, and this woman was yelling at her son, yada 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 yada. You gonna fucking respect me? I'm gonna check you.
Cussing? She was cursing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, you gonna fucking respect me? Wherever you disrespect me, it's gonna go down right then and there. But they had a white police officer was at the self checkout too. Guess what? All her whole fucking tone changed. She apologized to the police officer. I'm sorry, ma'am. No, apologize to your son. Right. The way you just embarrassed him in front of everybody. But you're gonna apologize to the white lady. You're gonna apologize to Massa for how you treat your son. That's how. And I looked at that lady when she was cursing him out. She looked dead at me, and you could tell that she felt my eyes on her. Like, bitch, what you doing? But she was too deep in it.
Let me ask you this though.
Embarrassed the fuck out that boy.
Let me ask you this though: is embarrassment the tool of embarrassment? Is that not an adequate tool when you're raising a child? Because I feel like every parent uses the embarrassment tool, whether it's talking loud in front of people, whether it's giving someone the crazy face, whether it's all right, I'm gonna yell at you in front of your friends, or no, you can't go outside, whatever it is. So I mean, I'm not a parent. I have to ask you. I mean, when I was coming up, born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. When I was coming up, embarrassment was. It would get your mind right. Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So do you not think that was an adequate tool she used?
But the thing about it is, like me, okay. Me getting embarrassed in front of strangers don't have the same effect as me getting embarrassed in front of people I'm gonna see every day, my friends,
like your family, your friends, and things like that.
That's different.
Right.
Like I remember one time I fought my homeboy because he embarrassed me in front of a female.
You fought your homeboy?
Yeah, because he embarrassed me in front of a female.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't look like you can fight, but
I really couldn't. My thing was strangle and hold until they stop breathing. When the EMS come, I won.
You ever watch fight videos and it's just like you have like the one guy that just like immediately grabs? It's just like grapple. It's like not fighting. It's just like he's like, all right, 1, 2, 3, like
what I learned
tackle.
That fight, the guy was black, but what I learned is when you were fighting white boys grapple.
Right.
They will grapple.
They just take you to the ground.
Yeah. they don't box like us. That's why we the leaders of boxing.
Right.
They the leaders of UFC. they the leaders of wrestling. But embarrassing is not it's not the thing no more.
Yeah.
But see, I was talking to somebody and they was like, well, that's what happened when kids started being able to call the police on their parents.
Yeah.
But now you call the police, everybody gets shot.
Yeah.
Who called? Don't matter. Pow.
Yeah.
We got shit to do.
I think you're right. I think it's sad that we live in a time where you feel like sometimes you want to call the police, but black parents or black people are scared because we don't know what's going to happen. Because
I know what's going to happen.
I mean, well, let me rephrase that. Not that we don't know what's going to happen. We know that immediately there's going to be some misinterpretation, right? Mm-hmm. There's going to immediately be, okay, we're going to be looked at as the aggressors, or we're going to be the people that are causing the trouble, or whatever it is, this, that, and the third. And we're going to be looked at as the people that need to be put in place, unfortunately. Right. So you're right. It is scary, and parents don't want to call the police on their kids. And I mean, it's just different in black house. I mean, black kids have to be raised differently.
And it's like
in this day and age. I'm sorry.
Like I was saying, being ratchet in public. Like for example, the young girl who got shot by the cop, right?
Yeah.
Like
now, are we speaking on, just for clarification, in Ohio with the knife?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So she called, needed protection.
Yeah.
They might have been fighting inside, as far as I know.
I think, and I may be wrong, but I think the details had to do something with they were in the house, or they came to the house, and it escalated instead of de-escalation. They made it outside. The girl had a knife. Yeah. Someone called the police. The police they responded, and of course they responded aggressively because the call was, I think someone had a knife. They get there and they come out and they see a girl. Apparently, I haven't seen the video. I know.
Yeah, she brought that knife up here.
Right,
It was ready to bring that thing down.
Was in the process.
Yeah,
Correct.
She about to kill someone.
Right. And unfortunately had to take aggressive action against the young woman. So I just, for clarification on this.
And here's the thing, like a lot of people was like, why did that have to take place outside the home?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because she came storming out with the knife, and she pushed one girl down. As soon as she pushed her down, it looked like who might have been maybe her foster dad or some shit. But an adult male went to go kick at the person that she had just pushed down, and he kicked twice. So the cop got there, and the cop had 2 fights to respond to. He had the adult male that was kicking a female, and
he had the teenager,
and then he had the teenager about to stab another one. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people got on DJ Envy ass when he said that. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with what Envy said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now when people asked him if that was his daughter, would he agree? And he said, yeah. Now I think he was capping on that part.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But me personally, I watch a lot of that shit. Like I consume a lot of that.
Yeah.
What police doing, police brutality and stuff like that. What I learned is you got to look at the video as clear as possible, because I watched the video, somebody else watched the video, and they saw something something that didn't happen, and I saw everything that happened.
It's a unfortunately, that's what makes policing hard, because it's not that I don't agree with the police, and at the end of the day, if you think about this, police don't stop crime, they investigate crime.
No, you got to protect yourself. You're your first line of defense.
Right. Police don't stop crime. They investigate crime, and they are there as a deterrent at the end of the day.
Right. You're your first line of defense.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You're the first line of defense.
And it sucks because, like you said, it's sometimes it's up to your perception. It really is, right? A police officer is what we call is that my
I don't know.
A police officer is what we call a street level bureaucrat, right? And what that means is this is someone that on the ground is making real time choices in regards to the law, the interpretation of the law, and how the law is enforced, right? Now you have judges and you have lawyers, but those judges and those lawyers aren't on the front lines. The person that is interpreting and executing the law at that moment and making the decisions is that street level bureaucrat. That's the police officer. That's what makes that job so hard, because it's, at the end of the day, it's the police's discretion, right? It's only that police officer that can say, well, I felt the necessary action, this, that, and the third. And then how many times do we see a police officer get off because it's it's their, we have to believe the cop. The cop's right. The cop's right. So.
You know what I wish? I wish that black people would just get together, like we all get together. And because everybody probably wouldn't be able to afford like plane ticket.
Yeah.
We should get Carnival Cruise Line. For real. And we should just get on the luxury boat. Not the boats that we came here on.
Yeah.
But a luxury boat this time.
Yeah.
Everybody got their own bed, their own space.
Right.
And just go to fuck somewhere. And then, but you know what's gonna happen? White people gonna wake up one day and be like, what happened to all the niggas?
Right. Where's everybody we can crap on?
Where's all the niggas?
Right.
And then you know what we gonna do? We gonna leave a little take message, let them know we left. And what's that song say? You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
You know what else I always say too? It's just like, is this idea like, well, what happens if like all the Central Americans and Hispanics leave? This whole
ain't nobody house getting built.
No, the thing about that's the crazy thing. They say,
if they leave, you gonna lose all the bad bitches. That's not black. That's not black. Because all the IG models are mixed.
It's crazy because they're like, oh, illegal immigration, we have to get them out of here. But then it's like, dude, you just picked up an illegal to do your yard yesterday.
Yeah.
Like you literally are hiring illegals in the back of your business.
They're building your pools.
Exactly.
They're doing your roof. They're doing your yard work.
It's not that you don't want them here. They're
the coldest barbers.
They
the coldest. Yeah. The Dominicans. Ain't nobody fucking with them with the Clippers.
Let me bring it back to the police though. Let me ask you this. I know we were talking about. You talked about, okay, well, we said police don't necessarily protect people. So.
They respond to shit.
Exactly. They investigate and they deter.
They are called first responders.
Well, let me ask you this then. I know we were kind of talking about black women, we can go back to protecting black women. So who should protect black people, or who should protect a black woman?
Well, that's the thing, man. The black women always saying, protect black women, protect black women. Who? The man that you don't have? The man that you don't have?
Elaborate on that a little bit. I'm a little
most black women won't get married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, they're the smallest percentage of marriagees in the country right now is black women. Black women are.
So who's supposed to protect them? Because the thing about it is, listen, if I'm out in public and I see a black woman getting into some shit, with a man for sure, before I risk my freedom or risk my life to protect her, I want to know if she's a good woman or if she one of them bad bitches. Or she one of them boss bitches who don't need no nigga. I want to know all that.
But why does
before I come and try to say your mother? Because I got shit to live for. I got shit to do tomorrow. Like I really do. I got somebody hair to cut tomorrow.
I understand.
I can't go protect a black woman tonight.
I understand that, but doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of you saying we should protect black women?
No, I ain't never said we should. Black women say protect black women.
Black women say we should.
Black women say protect black women. I ain't never say protect black women. Right. I say protect the women that you're responsible for. Because put like this, they got somebody fucking right now while we speaking.
Right.
And 9 months later, they're going to have a daughter. And then is my responsibility to protect her? See, I'm okay with being a father to the fatherless. Mm-hmm. That's why I started this whole Uncle Mel shit, because I believe in being a mentor. Like, I really do. But some people don't want your fucking help. They just don't. And then I done seen this, man. Listen, one time my cousin called me when I was living in H-Town. She was in H-Town. She wanted me to go deal with a dude that she was having problems with. I'm going to go do what? Kill him? Then you going to be mad at me for killing him? Or he going to kill me? And if you get away with it, you going to go back to him? Because your feelings is involved. But it's amazing how a woman will pick up the phone and call her family member to go deal with a dude that she fucking. Right. Then I'll go beat his ass. If I don't kill him, let's just say I beat his ass. You're going to be back on his dick tomorrow.
I think.
I'm not going to fucking protect you. You crazy, girl. I got shit to live for.
I think one thing, and this goes back to the policing, man. I mean, not policing, but it goes back to like protecting the culture, protecting people. I mean, there has to be de-escalation, right? How many times have you, think about how many, we frequent World Star. I mean, we love fight videos, right? On Instagram or whatever it is. Or
I actually don't.
Not, I'm not saying you.
Black people.
I'm saying black. I'm saying.
Oh yeah, black people love fight
people
videos. We love ignorant shit.
To me, it's like how many of those videos you can literally go through a video and you can timestamp every time where de-escalation should have happened. Someone should have de-escalated this because, like you said, it's not gonna. It ends badly for both sides. If it's black people, if it's groups of black people, either the black people are going to hurt each other or the police are going to come and they're going to hurt all the black people. You get what I'm saying? There has to be some type of de-escalation. Like you said, what are you going to do? You going to go to Houston, beat up your cousin's boyfriend, or he beats you up, somebody dies. Now you're gone and the boyfriend is locked up, or now you guys didn't beat each other up. What does that do?
Man, and the thing about it is black people love drama. If black people didn't love drama, VH1 wouldn't even be around no more. Because everything on their channel is ignorant shit.
I mean, that's reality TV in general.
And black women consume it more than anybody.
I think everybody consumes it.
Bro, I used to watch Jersey Shore.
Oh, I was a huge Jersey Shore fan.
But see, if I'm gonna watch people act stupid, it's not gonna be my own people. But I used to watch that show.
Doesn't it kind of hurt?
And I could feel myself losing brain cells.
Doesn't it kind of hurt when you see black reality shows and they're kind of being ignorant? Like you love it, but then you're kind of like, I don't want us to be represented like this. To
be honest with you, when I used to watch Love and Hip Hop, I used to be hoping that some titties fall out, but then they would always block it. I used to just watch that for titties and ass.
Right.
The person that I thought shouldn't have been on reality channels because maybe they just had a little bit too much decency and common sense was pretty much like Kim Michelle and Cardi. Like I fell in love with Cardi when Cardi checked Peter Guns on a reunion show about the way that he was treating the two women that was in his life at the time.
Would you say?
But then come to find out, I gave her too much credit.
Not to cut you off, but would you say Cardi's been the most successful spinoff from Love and Hip Hop? Has she been? I mean, Omarion made a comeback. That's
my opinion. Put it like this. With me trying to be a content creator,
right?
Cardi was the person that made me feel like it's okay to be yourself. Mm-hmm. And maybe you don't have to worry about getting canceled. You see what I'm saying? Like being able to be yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I was concerned about. Because I'm old school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm way older than this cancel culture shit is. You know what I'm saying? And I was worried about that. Like, damn, can I really be myself? But you got to look at her career, and you got to know that the only thing she ever really changed was like getting her teeth fixed. That's all I know.
I don't think, yeah, but I know me and you've gone back and forth about this cancel culture thing, and I don't necessarily, I think cancel culture is a term that is just used to get people riled up. Like, isn't cancel culture just the evolution of decency within our culture, right? Like things that weren't acceptable in the 80s that we slowly realized should be acceptable in the 90s, or the things that we didn't find acceptable in the 90s that we learned. For instance, gay marriage. People in the 80s and people in the 90s, they were against gay marriage. Do you know that 75% of people in this country now believe in gay marriage? I don't think cancel culture is the right term. I consider it the evolution of society, the evolution of culture.
So when you say believe it, you mean believe it or just accept it? Because a lot of people don't believe in shit, to be honest with you. Just accept or believe in it.
I mean, both. You can accept something.
I can accept a lot of shit as long as it don't affect me personally.
Well, then yeah. Okay, then let's say accept. You could be on either side.
I accept everything that doesn't affect me.
Yeah,
I accept it all. You want to kill people? That's fine. Go ahead. I accept it. Just don't kill me.
Yeah, just don't kill me.
Just don't kill me and mine.
Freddie walks by.
Do what you will.
Yeah, Jason. Look, dude. Look, bro.
Do what you will.
They're that way.
Yeah,
I got to make it home tonight. I'm tired.
I don't care what nobody do as long as it don't affect me.
Right.
I accept it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always got to everything that's history repeats itself. So whatever's been going on is gonna keep going on. You're always gonna have this type of person versus this type of person.
But that's why I say, I mean, it should be the evolution of. That's what the evolution should be. Unfortunately, we don't live in a time where people want to evolve, unfortunately. But
I just don't like a world where you got to watch your mouth so damn much. You know what I'm saying? For fear of missing an opportunity.
It's not necessarily.
I hate that shit.
It's not necessarily.
Because people say, because it's like, we know damn well that people talk behind closed doors in a way that they don't talk in public.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's happening anyway, why not just let the shit be out in the open? That's fake to me if you can't.
It's not fake. It's just things, you have things that are appropriate and things that aren't appropriate, in my opinion. And just because you feel a certain way.
But who has the right to determine what's appropriate and what's not? That's what's fucked up.
I think there's a humanist argument. I think that people should, people don't, but I feel like people should strive to be decent, to love and accept one another. I know that's a very idealistic statement, but I think.
Man, people can't love and accept each other, man. Like, you can only love what you relate to, if you ask me, when it comes to people.
Which is why we love black women, right?
I love them. I had one. I had more than one. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do something different. So I did. Well, but I would never fuck with a woman that's not from African descent, though.
Your current wife is Dominican, correct?
Yeah, with African descent.
African descent.
Yeah.
Afro-Latina.
Afro-Latina.
Yes.
She don't call herself that.
Right.
But I know better.
Right. Of course.
I got a better education.
Well, I mean, there was a large percentage of slaves were brought to the Dominican Republic in Haiti.
A lot of them don't believe that, though.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of them don't believe that.
That's sad, but,
But I've been wanting, just, I had a conversation with a female the other day on Instagram. This guy, comedian Marvin, he posted this guy who was probably drunk or on drugs, if not both.
Right.
And somebody was interviewing him, making a mockery out of him just for clickbait, for likes. And I guess it worked because I found the video and I wasn't looking for it. And the dude was like, the guy was asking, saying, what's up with black bitches, man? He was like, oh, man, I don't like black bitches. They got attitude. You was like, well, shit, what's up with the Mexican bitches? Oh, Mexican bitches cool with me. What about the white bitches? Oh, I love white bitches. That was his words. Mm-hmm. I don't make a habit of calling women bitches unless they piss me off. So, but, all these women was like, well, fuck, we don't need him. Throw him back. We want to trade him out for somebody else. Said, yada, fuck him. We don't need him. We don't need him. Why they were so offended? Because it was true. Nobody in the comment section said, I'm a black woman. I don't walk around with an attitude. I'm not like.
But yeah, isn't that just shock culture? Just trying to do something to get attention and to be seen and to.
But I don't think that was his reason. The dude, I mean, okay, maybe the person that was interviewing the other person, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the person who said that, you know what I'm saying, black women have what he call attitudes, which I believe is just being aggravating as fuck plus attitude, then you get attitude. But my thing was to black women, is the black man supposed to accept the worst of you? Are we supposed to accept the women who are, let's say, overweight, you know what I'm saying, who don't want to get in the gym, who don't want to look better? What are we supposed to accept that? Because my thing is, do black women care if their daughters get married? If their daughters have a man, or do they just want to be raising somebody's future baby mama? You know what I'm saying? Not to say marriage should be the end goal, because I don't necessarily think monogamy is natural. I don't think everybody's supposed to be monogamous. But
wait a minute.
because we talk about marriage, we talk about monogamy, and I don't think monogamy is natural.
But all right. Oh, okay. So you're differentiating marriage and monogamy. Right, correct.
Because when you get married, it's supposed to be monogamous.
It's supposed to be.
Forsake all others.
Right.
And I don't necessarily think that's a natural thing. So, because some people might be like, well, I don't care if my daughter get married or not. You know what I'm saying? Why is that supposed to be this accomplishment for people?
You know one thing that's, I mean, I don't want to say, because it's kind of crazy to think, because when we're raised, we're brought up, and we're supposed to believe, okay, well, you're supposed to be with one person, or you tell people, okay, keep your virginity, right? How many people keep their virginity until they get married, or you're only supposed to be with one person, and you're only supposed to be this. But that's like completely different from what like nature is telling our bodies, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if you think about it, most men are at their sexual prime at 18, 19, 20 years old.
Right.
But we're told to wait till we get married.
Right. But the thing about it is like women expect for men to be more than just mammals.
That's we've as humans, we've evolved past instinct, correct? Right?
Nope.
Well, to a certain extent.
I don't feel so.
To a certain extent, we have evolved. When I say instinct, I mean, for instance, I'm thirsty, right? There's a bottle of water over there. Now, a dog, if he's thirsty, he's going to do what? Oh, there's water. I'm going to go drink water. Mm-hmm. I have to live.
Mm-hmm.
But me as a person, what if I want a hunger strike? I'm not drinking water. I'm not eating because of this, that, and the third. And I believe, and I'm standing up for this. I have the cognitive ability to not want to drink that water, to resist the urge to drink that water. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by we have the cognitive ability to separate our mind from our instinctual kind of ancestry, right?
But see, what kills me with women, they be like, oh, well, a man is not mature enough to just, if he can't be with me and only me, he's not mature enough, and things like that. And that is something that this I saw on Instagram a young lady posted about today, and her name is love_Dorsey on Instagram. Now that I actually sent you. That's the video I sent you. It's like 7 minutes long.
Okay. But
she was pretty much saying how, women are the main ones looking for monogamy, and they expect to be a man's everything. Now the woman I have now, the wife that I have, I ask her like, what interests you? And pretty much everything that interests her is me. You know what I'm saying? Because we were talking about tattoos, and I'm like, all my tattoos mean something to me. Like every one of them. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was like, well, what are you interested in? What do you care about? Like, if you're going to put something on your body forever, it need to be something that represents you.
And she has no tattoos, right? Or she
has two now. Her first one was my name.
Gotcha.
And then she just got a Bible verse.
Okay.
And then she's about to get some other things, but pretty much everything will be about like our relationship. Like
something meaningful, correct. Yeah.
But everything's going to be about our relationship. Right. But I'm like, what outside of us is important to you? And it's almost damn near nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
does that worry you?
It's pressure.
Yeah.
It's pressure. You know what I'm saying? It's pressure because I'm like, okay, I'm married now, but I know in my heart of hearts, I don't even believe that monogamy is natural. Like, I can't promise nobody that I'll just never have sex with another female for the rest of my life. I might live till I'm 80, 90 years old. I might, like, if I'm in the hospital, I'm about to go to the hospital and I know that I can never come out, and they might be like, what's the last thing you want to do? I'm like, I would like some new pussy, please. If I could get some, please. Yeah. Okay, great.
That's a tall ask if you're going to the hospital. Maybe you'd write it on the intake form. We'll see what they.
You know what I'm saying? If I could get well, when I was in the military, we used to call it a shot of body. A shot of body. So if I could get a shot of body on the way out, that'd be great. But I can't promise somebody that I'll go the rest of my life without stepping out, without cheating.
So then let me ask you this, and not to make you feel a certain type of way about this question, but why get married in the first place then? Why?
I just be doing shit.
Right.
I just be doing shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I be like, man, listen, I weigh the pros and the cons. Right. Like my risk versus reward. Like every time I got married, I ain't really have shit to lose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, why not go ahead and do it? If it don't work, fuck it. I might have missed on some time that I could have been doing something else, but ain't no guarantee I would have been doing something else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I can also see, in full disclosure, I personally, as a 28-year-old male, don't necessarily believe in marriage. But you see that in a lot of younger people. We don't necessarily gravitate towards the
and
idea
that's good. And that's good too, because a lot of women your age are not going to be good wives anyway if they tried it.
Yeah.
Not a black woman, not many.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all, but not many. Like if she grew up in a house with her grandmother and her mom and her dad, then she probably have a better chance of being a good wife. But the only thing is, it's like, okay, if she hasn't lived her life, you might end up being cheated on. You know what I'm saying? If all she knows is you, that's the only dangerous part. Like The Godfather, shout out to Kevin Samuels, he asked women, what are you going to gain by going out there and finding more guys and getting more sexual experience besides just running your body count up? Most dudes get married because they be like, man, ain't nothing else out here, bro. Ain't nothing in them streets.
But it's kind of right though, in a way, because I feel like when you get older, in my experience, I feel like sex is just sex. I think you get to a point to where it's not as fulfilling as it was once when you were 18, 19. I mean, to some people, yes. This may be my own opinion.
I started at 9, so by the time I was 16, sex wasn't the same.
But do you get what I'm saying? I think you get to a certain age. Me, as I come up on 30, and you're
38.
38. Yeah, I'm coming up on 30. You're 38. I think there definitely is a point where you hit and you're like, this is really nothing without the feelings.
Well, I will say this. A lot of times when I jerk off and I beat my dick and I catch my nut, I was like, man, all the shit I done went through for the fucking nut, was it worth it? Because I get my nut so quick when I'm doing it myself. Like I'll go look up a porno,
right?
And I'll be like, man, 2 minutes ain't really long enough. Boy, 45 seconds later, I've been a bust that nut. And I'll be like, all the stress that I done went through for a nut, it wasn't worth it. I'm like, I get more fulfilling out of making money.
Yeah,
I'm more fulfilled.
Oh, yeah.
I'm more fulfilled doing what it is that I do to make money.
Oh yeah,
I'm more. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So
I think
them nuts ain't worth it.
Of course. I mean, I 100% agree with you. I mean, of course. I think this idea that sexual gratification is definitely a young person's game.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. I would never disagree with you with that. Like, even with my cousins, my younger cousins or my younger friends, and I remember, they're still in this phase where it's like sexual gratification. That's it. I've did it. Right, this one girl, right, and when you get older, you start thinking how ridiculous that was.
But the thing about it, if you and I both watch Kevin Samuels, and I didn't know this until I started watching that show, and I asked a dude this at the gym the other day. I said, "Is pussy hard or easy to get?" Right. He said it's hard to get.
That's subjective to every different man.
Man, I know dudes that went to, I'm not gonna say the university, but they went to the same school you went to, and all 4 years they never smashed nothing.
Sheesh.
4 years.
That's tough.
Didn't smash nothing.
You went 18, then plus 4. I don't know about that, bro.
Ain't smashed nothing. I'm like, boy, what is you waiting on?
If you think about it, like, universities are, man, they're a sexual hotbed. How do you go 4 years and not at least engage?
And look, most of my clients are good looking guys.
Right.
They truly are.
They have no game.
The dude got a nice smile and all that, nice curly hair and all that. But I done had a chick in high school, I swear, just threw me the pussy. Now, I begged for the pussy. I was like, man, come on, please, bro, please. She was like, you want this pussy? This what you want? Come on, where your bedroom at? And that motherfucker walked up. I was like, what? But I had never knew that chicks just throw you the pussy.
Well,
I'm talking about she Brett Favre that thing to me.
Yeah, yes. Now, like, once again, it is subjective. Like, not everyone. Well, okay, I'll say this. Yes, there are women, there are men, there are women that are very much more openly sexual, correct?
Yeah.
But I guess, and this can go back to how we were talking about standards on that too, because let's be honest, most men's standards are
Low.
pretty low.
All you gotta do is be alive.
They're in the garbage.
If you alive, we're good. And they got some dudes that are fucking corpse.
Right. Oh, if you're breathing, is she? Your name start. You got an A in your name. I'm good to go.
Yeah. You got to eat the most used letter. If you got to eat, yeah, we good. You got to eat, we good.
Right. And I mean, but it's. Yeah. I mean, that's a problem. I think. I mean, I don't know if it's a problem, but it's just funny to me because then you start talking. Then you have to get into like, okay, yeah, you have the girls that are like that, but then you have the guys that can get a higher tier of women, right, or a higher tier or whatever it is, and so it's kind of. But I think a lot of guys have the ability to. I feel like a below average looking guy has the ability to get an above average looking woman, but I think it all has to do with game.
But see, that's what I'm learning by watching. Guys who have these shows, is that women really don't realize that your tier is just about how you look. And me personally, you could look like a top tier, but if you had work done, you are low to me. You not. Right. There's a reason you had that work done. Now, if you get a breast reduction,
right,
like what they call it, augmentation or whatever.
Augmentation's bigger, yeah.
Yeah,
breast reduction.
That's breast reduction. Then.
Yeah. That's
so
right, yeah.
if you get a breast reduction because you had some stupid big ass titties, I get that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to walk around with basketballs. If you know what I'm saying, but if you get ass work done, and, you know what I'm saying, like I just don't know how like women will have a kid, and then 10 years later they look like they just had that kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that goes back to being subjective. Something you don't like it, but let me tell you something. There's some guys out there that love it.
No, let me. If it's mine, if my kids, if we had kids together, then I'm I remember how you looked before you got pregnant. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But and it's not like I ain't never been fat. I grew up skinny. I got fat as shit. And I looked in the mirror one day. I was like, "This is fucking ridiculous." Well, actually, I no bullshit. I looked down to go take a piss, and I couldn't see my dick.
And that's when you knew.
That's when I knew.
There was something that had to change.
Something had to happen. And
well, you look good now.
Thank you. But
the hard work paid off.
I used to be like fucking 260. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you got to get fed up with yourself, and that's what I was saying. Should black men accept? Like just our women being overweight, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell them nothing. You can't even suggest something. You can't ask them, hey, can we go to sit down at a restaurant that got more healthy options or whatever? It's like you can't fucking say nothing. They be like, oh, tell me about my body. All right, well, you know what I'm saying? But don't expect me to you see me working on me.
Right.
You see me working on me.
I think that's part of it though, right? I don't think... I mean, if your relationship gets to a point to where you have to say something, right? Like, you have to lose weight. And it's not because of how you look. It's because I love you and I want you to be healthy, right? And I want you to, and being healthy, looking good is just a part of being healthy. At the end of the day, we want you to be healthy. It's not about me. It's not about necessarily me saying, hey, I want you to look better. It's also about the way you have to come about it. You know, if you're doing it, and then you go, instead of going, hey, I'm tired of you being fat. Stop being fat. Why don't you go, hey, I want you to be more healthy. Like you said, instead of, trying to everything. And it's both sides though too, because men can get into it too. And
man, let me tell you, the thing that really motivated me the most to lose weight is that when I die, I don't want my pallbearers to have to struggle to carry me. Right. Like, I think about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's before I knew that they'll actually put you on the little roller cart.
Yeah.
Like the big people, they'll roll them out. You know what I'm saying? But, I want motherfuckers to be able to put me up on their shoulders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then on that, I don't want nobody to talk about me at the school when I go up to a parent-teacher conference or something, be like, boy, who fat-ass daddy that is? Because where I grew up at.
It was Joseph.
What? Boy, man, look. They talk about you so bad at school, either you want to fight or kill yourself, but you're going to do one or the other. You're going to do one or the other. If you didn't fight, shit, You will fucking kill yourself. I'm telling you, man. Don't nobody want to have that father or that mother that everybody talking about at the school. Like they had a video that went viral. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I think it was the same situation. And I think one of the teachers asked the little boy who was his parent, and he was like, that fat lady over there. Like, come on, man. Kids gonna keep it real, even about their own parents.
I think
I didn't see it though. You saw it?
I didn't see it, but I think it's funny that you say that because I think kids have like this like naive transparency, right? Where like they say things. Well, kids don't have a filter, right? They have this transparency, this naive transparency where they don't understand. You can't say those things. Those things aren't good. Those things, and so I mean that's something obviously you learn later on, but it does show you that you're right. Kids will tell you the truth.
Well,
they'll be honest. They'll be honest. They'll be brutally. Hey, look at that fat guy over there in public. My brother did that. He said, "Hey, look at that fat guy over there." And I'm always like, you can't say that.
Well, my thing is I'm that honest too,
right?
And I'm not gonna voice my opinion out in public, but if I know you personally, I'm gonna give you with the unsolicited advice.
Oh, of course.
Whether you want my advice or not, I'm gonna give it to you.
It's funny that you said that. It kind of goes back to that embarrassment that we talked about earlier. Like, it's not about, and some people take it the wrong way. They feel like you're just trying to embarrass them, right? And I mean that goes into communication. If some people feel like you're just trying to embarrass them, you're trying to make them feel bad, but if I come to you now, yes, if you're yelling in front of the store and you fatty and you too fat and and this and this and that, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you're just trying to embarrass someone.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you want to tell somebody something and you genuinely care about them and you love them and you want the best for them, hey, we need to talk.
Like my thing in my previous marriage, I felt like she allowed me to let myself go. Not and the thing is, bro, like I always cared about my appearance just for myself. Like, okay, I used to be called ugly when I was real young, but once I started getting pussy at 9 years old, I was like, I could still get pussy looking how I look.
Right.
I'm like, fuck what they talking about at school. Like, once I got pussy that summer, I had a whole different strut when I walked to school. You see what I'm saying? When school started, I was like, okay, shit, it's whatever. And I was like, yeah, y'all some little boys. I'm a man now. I'm 9 years old and I'm a man.
Right.
But so I always was the type to like to keep myself fresh. I always ironed up my clothes, starched my clothes up. You know what I'm saying? Went to school, kept my sneakers clean and did all that type of shit. So, when I got married, a lot of people let themselves go in the mirror. Well, I got the one, I'm going to spend the rest of my life when they just let themselves go. But I'm like, nah.
That's a natural thing. Unfortunately, that's a natural thing where you get the happy weight, you get the kids, and it doesn't matter because in someone's brain, you're not trying to impress anyone else anymore, in a sense, right? I've never been married.
Yeah.
That's my assumption.
Well, dating ain't that much different, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when you date somebody who you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you got the one that you wanted.
Right.
But it's like the woman I'm with now, you know what I'm saying, she makes me want to
better yourself.
Yeah. So like, for example, when I'm watching Kevin Samuels, a lot of women to say what they bring to the table, they be like, I inspire him. To me, a woman can only inspire a man to want to keep her. That's it. Inspire him to want to keep you.
What do you mean about what? Oh, okay.
Inspire him to make him want to make more money, make him want to. Because if you a trophy chick, right? Because dudes be wanting trophies. Let's just keep it 100. So you inspiring him to want to keep his damn trophy.
Yeah.
You make him want to. Because a lot of women will be like, oh well, you don't do what you did to get me. You're not still doing that.
Let me ask you this right quick, super quick, right in the middle of your point. Would you take? And I don't like to use numbers or anything, but just for the sake of argument, because everyone's subjective, everyone has their own opinion, would you take a 9 or a 10 that couldn't cook and clean over a 6 or a 7 that could cook her ass off and could clean the house and do dishes? No. So you take that 6 or 7 if she could take care of the house.
Man, the girl I had before my first wife, man, she wasn't all that much of a looker, but man, I was head over heels like in love with her. I was just, the only reason me and her didn't get married was because I met my wife and she was like, I met my previous wife and she was like, she go to this particular university. And I had a lot of respect for that. And then the girl I was with before her, she didn't have an opinion. Now, I don't really take people's advice. I'm going to keep it a buck.
Right. Oh, I know.
But I at least like for people to have an opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It might be that one day.
Right.
Like I took your advice tonight.
Right.
That wasn't easy for me to do.
Right.
But I'm like, you got more experience and I got you here for a reason, so let me take your advice. But you know what I'm saying? But she didn't have an opinion, and I ain't like that. But I was head over here because my thing is I'm looking at like, okay, who I'm gonna reproduce with?
Right.
Would this be a good fit? Because I plan on dying before any woman that I'm with, that I've ever been with. I know that men die sooner, right?
The black men have the shortest.
Yeah, short lifespan. You know what I'm saying? Me and my puppy will probably die around the same time, 12 years. So I'm like, is this woman gonna be able to take care of the seeds that I leave? That's important to me. Yeah. Now, the woman I have now, you know what I'm saying, she could take care of kids, but from a different point, different way. More so inside the house. She's not gonna be a top earner, you know what I'm saying, as far as I can tell. But that's not really her priority. Her priority is having a family.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, but
do you think? And I want to go back to communication because I know we're getting ready. We're getting wrap up in a second. Because I think communication. Would you agree, as someone that's been married previously and now, how would you assess your current levels of communication in your relationships? And do you think that some of your past relationships were broken down because of communication? And just kind of talk about how important you think, in your opinion, communication is.
Communication is important. The communication barrier that I have with my wife now, she's Spanish speaking only, and I speak Spanish very well.
I know. I listened to you struggle for a good 3-4 years until
I got
now
it, right?
You're fluent. Yeah.
But the thing is, they say things in a different way. Mm-hmm. So when I listen to it, it'll come off as disrespectful, but it's not necessarily meant to be that way.
Right.
So that's where the communication barrier is. It's the cultural thing. But men in general aren't big communicators. When I go home, I don't really want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like when I had the barbershop at the university, I be in there all of my hours going back and forth, dealing with my kids, stuff like that. When I get home, I don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like my ex would tell me, you ain't never asked me how my day was at work. Well, I feel like, fuck, if your day is different, you're gonna let me know. I know what you do for a living, and when you first got the job, you told me what your schedule is like, what you do, what time you go to lunch, and all that. So I'm not gonna ask you what your day was like unless if it's something different, you're gonna tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like if I got a job, okay, and I'm going to work every day, I'm getting on the interstate, but today a fucking 18-wheeler turned over and shut down the interstate because it was a tanker. I might tell you that without you asking me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on communication really. You know what I'm saying? The only thing about it is if you got something on your mind, if you don't want to tell me, don't show it. Mm-hmm. Don't let your face show it.
But doesn't it breed resentment? Can it?
Man, that word not even part of my vocabulary, boy. I don't care. I don't care about that.
So
big ass word, boy.
I mean, what I mean is, doesn't it kind of maybe create underlying tension, but in the relationship, if there isn't open communication?
I mean, if I ask her what's going on and she don't want to tell me, man, fuck it.
All right.
I'm not about to sit up here all night stressing about you. You know what I'm saying? Unless we not gonna fuck because of it. Now, if you know what I'm saying, put on them don't touch me draws, then I'm gonna want to talk. I gotta talk them draws off you.
Right.
Yeah, but as long as we still fucking, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? You having a bad hair day? I tell you what, don't leave the house. Stay inside. Watch Uncle Mel's show. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, click the button. It's right there. Go ahead.